All right, class, yesterday we learned a long word. I think it was the first four-syllable word that we've done so far this year. The word was information. Class, what was our word? Good, information, information. But that's not how we say it to spell it. How do we say it to spell it? All right, there were two things that are different. The first one is in our second syllable. So we say inform to spell it instead of infirm. So inform and then a Sean. All right, so we say information. When we're talking, we say information to spell it. Information. All right, class, which sh did we use in information? All right, it's the one we always use, I think, when we have Sean at the end of a word. All right, good. It's sh, tall letter sh, used at the beginning of syllables after the first one. Let's put information on page 7. All right, we're going to have to make our writing a little bit thinner than usual to try and fit our 4-syllable word in here. All right, let's do the first 2 syllables, which are our base word. What's the base word? Good, inform. So those are our first 2 syllables, inform. Go ahead and write those, inform. All right, what's our third syllable? Good, a, which is a what kind of syllable? Good, an open syllable, so that lets us know what to use. And our 4th syllable? Good, Sean. All right, so go ahead and finish that up and then mark it. All right, class, so put your finger under that word you just wrote. What's the first syllable? Good, in. And the second one? Good, form. And the third syllable? Good, a. And the 4th syllable? Good, Sean. All right, and let's see if you had all of these markings. And then where do we need our thinking caps? Good, or, and good, ah. All right, so we say how do we say it to spell it? Good, we say information. How do we say it when we're talking? Good, information. All right, and the reason that our or is saying are there is, let's go to page 4. We won't have to squish it so much here. Remember, we've been talking about this week. Are and or usually say in an unstressed syllable. So that means there's at least 2 syllables in the word and the emphasis is not on the syllable with the are or. That's what an unstressed syllable is. It means the emphasis, as we always emphasize one syllable in a word, the emphasis is not on the syllable with the are or. So write down here, if you don't have are and or written in yet, go ahead and write them in. And then let's write information over there. So remember, you can go syllable by syllable. What's the first one? Good, in. What's second? Good, form, third. Good, a and 4th. Sean, excellent. So write it and mark it. All right, class, what's my first syllable? Good, in. How about my second syllable? Good, form. So form. What's my third syllable? Good, a. And my 4th syllable? Good, Sean. And which sh is it? Good, sh. Tall letter sh. Use at the beginning of syllables after the first one. Right, and then make sure you have all the markings. All right, and let's say again why this or is saying in the word information. Good, R and or usually say in an unstressed syllable. All right, nice job, class. Let's see, our next word that we had was person. Person is a two-way word. How do we say person to spell it? Good, we say person. Person. All right, and class, which part of speech is person? Remember, that means, is it a verb? Is it a noun? And then only go on to the others if it's not either of those. Class, what part of speech is person, or person as we say to spell it? All right, good. It is good if you said noun, right? A person is a person, place, thing, or idea. Right, and remember, person is actually the singular, people is the plural. So person is actually an irregular noun because we don't use S to make it plural. All right, so in your who column, go ahead and write person. Wait, how do we say it to spell it? Good, person. Person. Write it and mark it. And which do we use? Good, the of her. All right, if you're not finished yet, pause the video. All right, make sure yours looks like this. And in fact, since we were just saying this is irregular because people is the plural of it, let's flip our page over and go down to our irregular nouns. So this is 25. Oops, I hope I said we were on page 24 before. So irregular means we don't use S to make it plural. So a singular, that means just one, we say person, or how do we say it to spell it? Good, person. So let's write that here. All right, class, what's the plural? More than one person. What do we call them? Good, we call them people. All right, this was from closer to the beginning of the year. It's a two-way word. How do we say it to spell it? All right, we say people. People. So if you're not sure, do it on some practice paper or a piece of scratch paper first. People. All right, pause the video till you're finished. So our first syllable is P, it's an open syllable. Our second syllable is O, it would be an open syllable. It's actually silent though, because we don't hear this. We just have to have it to spell it correctly. And then our third syllable, class, is that it for my third syllable? Can that be an English syllable? It can't. What is it missing? All right, I hope you said a vowel, all right? Because every English syllable must have a vowel. So we fix that problem by adding silent final EJOB 4. All right, let's see. The last word we're going to do in this video is actually not a word, it is a contraction. So remember, that means that we have two words, we smash them into one, we take out at least one letter, and we replace it with that little thing that looks like a comma coming down from the top baseline. Class, what do we call that little guy? A little punctuation mark? All right, if you said an apostrophe, good job. So we'll go to page 26, that's just the next page, where we have our apostrophes. And we always use an apostrophe for any contraction. So our last contraction we wrote, we learned I am were the two words. So go ahead and write I am. Make sure your I is what does it need to be? Right, it needs to be capitalized. Anytime you're writing about yourself, you're always going to capitalize that I. All right, so these are our two words, and then we'll put a slash and make our contraction. Class, what's the contraction of I am? Good, it's I'm. So what do we take out and replace with the apostrophe? Good, it's the but it's the sound in I am. Okay, so it still gets a capital letter. But instead of our A, we have an apostrophe, and it's all one word, no clock spaces. All right, nice job, class. I will see you in our next video.